Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am here in a port harbour at the very north of Okinawa looking for any kind of birds, but there are no ducks, no gulls. I did see a blue rock thrush and a couple of swallows back there, but basically nothing. And that's really interesting because it's a huge contrast to what I saw last week. And last week I was in Hokkaido. I stopped at a number of ports near where I was staying, and each port had masses of gulls, several ducks, eagles, all sorts, including lots of snow. So temperature was very different, but there was also way more bird activity. And that's what today's video is about. My brief trip to Hokkaido, which for bird photography is probably one of the best places I've ever been to. It's amazing. For a bird photographer, there are lots of fantastic opportunities. So it was a really amazing trip. And that's what we're going to look at in this video. Thanks so much for stopping by. To keep the video short and simple, I focused on two birds, the vulnerable red-crowned crane and then the eagles. All these birds can be seen in a number of locations, but I concentrated on three. Two locations for the crowns, Surumidai and Ottawa Bridge, and one location for the eagles. I took a boat from the port of Rouse. I visited a number of other locations looking for different birds, but I'm not going to go into that in this video. Hokkaido is huge, especially in comparison to Okinawa, and I covered about 800 kilometers in 3 days, doing loads of driving. Hey, I'm at this amazing place called Surumidai with these endangered red-crowned cranes. They're absolutely stunning. Some of them look as large as me. They're absolutely massive. There were a lot when I first got here about 2 hours ago. A lot of them have now left. The sun is almost gone down, and there's only one other photographer now with me. When I got here, there must have been 30 or 40 photographers, but it's such a beautiful location. Great for photography. Almost too many birds to get isolated shots. Unfortunately, I haven't had any flight shots. They've all left. None have actually come in while I've been here, but what just incredible locations. So different from what I'm used to in Okinawa. It's not actually that cold. It's 4 degrees. It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. So I've put on my snow boots. I kept my trainers on from the airport up for about an hour, and I'm using one glove. My other hand, which I'm taking photos with, I'm not using a glove. It's not that bad at all, so I haven't had to put on, I haven't got any thermals or anything on at the moment, just a jacket and a hood. But yeah, it's a lovely place. Driving here, the landscape is absolutely stunning, and these birds are absolutely beautiful. Next couple of days I'm planning on photographing some different birds, but where I'm staying tonight is just a couple of miles from here, and cranes are definitely the order of the day in this location. But yeah, what an amazing place. So fun. I'm not going home until the sun goes down, and then I'll go to the hotel and check in. So as you can see from the video that I included, Hokkaido is a fantastic place for bird photography. I've only scratched the surface in this video. I've hardly been through any photos. I took so many photos, so much video, and I'm really happy with the quality of most of the photos. And the way my scatterbrain works is I don't go gradually through all my pictures picking the best. I basically open the pictures and I'm just too excited. The first picture I like, I edit. I don't even know if I've edited the best pictures yet. Probably as time goes on, I'll keep editing, going back and editing, and probably better pictures will come up. And I got so many sharp shots. As you can see on the boat, you're really close. Loads of opportunity to get great shots. So I will share some photos of the cranes at Surimidai, the first place, and I'll share some photos of eagles that I took from the boat. Now, I saw eagles at other places and I took photos at other places, but I'm not going to include them. I did see other birds and animals, like foxes and deers, which I also took pictures of, but I'll never get this video out if I just keep editing stuff. So I'm going to share the photos that I edited up to now. So just briefly, the boat trip was definitely the highlight. It was amazing. You have 2 hours on this boat. You go out in port, you get to the drift ice, and then you take the shots of the eagles. Now, again, like the cranes, there's almost too many. So to actually get a clear shot without one in the background is quite difficult. And I really focused when I was there to try and make the most of it, because I don't know if I'm going to go again. I hope I will now, but you never know. So I tried to change it up to get pictures of mountain background, to get pictures of sky background, different angles, group shots, flight shots, portrait shots. I tried to mix it up to get as many good different looking types of shots as I could. Both the huge eagles are amazing, and I would say the white-tailed eagle, which is the more common one, has very quickly become a favourite bird of mine. Just amazing, huge birds, but still quite nimble and agile in flight. Whereas the Steller sea eagles are definitely the boss. They are bigger, but they're not as agile when they fly, and they miss a lot of opportunities. Whereas the white-tailed eagle mixes power and grace with agility as well. So it's an amazing animal. Just briefly about the gear, I mostly use my Nikon Z6ii with my 500 PF. On the boat, I did want to use the OM1, and this was my fault because I hadn't used it for ages. I kind of got it and it didn't have the settings that I thought I couldn't really see in the viewfinder properly, and I thought some of the shots looked blur. So I didn't use it for very long because I thought I've only got 2 hours now. I didn't want to miss the opportunity, so I switched back to my Z8. Now actually when I got back and looked at my pictures on the photo, I only took about 300 pictures with the OM1, but there were some really nice shots. So for those that watch that like OM1s, I will include a couple of the shots I took with the OM1. But the rest of the pictures will be the eagle and crane shots I took with the Nikon Z8. Now, I haven't really paid much attention to the crane shots in terms of editing because I was just so excited to edit the eagles. So there's not as many crane shots. So without further ado, let's get on with the photos. I'll put the settings with the photos. If you have any questions about the photos, put them in the comments. So please, if you are watching for the first time or the second time and you haven't subscribed, please do. It's free. It's just a tap of a button. Anyway, Hokkaido is an amazing place to go. I almost certainly will go back now. It wasn't as cold as I thought it was going to be in the first 2 days. If you saw my video before about packing, I was really worried about that. The first 2 days, I hardly wore any gloves at all. It was on my last day that it really did get colder, and it said -7, real feel -19 on my phone. So it really did get cold on that last day. But the first 2 days, it really wasn't that cold, and that's probably why there wasn't a frozen lake near where I was staying. So I had to make the journey to see the eagles because I'd planned originally to see them on the frozen lake. Anyway, if you ever have a chance, I know it's a long way for most people from America or from Europe, but it is a fantastic location for bird photography. Hokkaido, Japan. Plus you've got all the great food, the hospitality, and I had an onsen in the snow outside, which was amazing. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the photos, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.